Now let's talk about what type of marketing should you focus on with your new agency in 2026. So we have a number of different options here, and I'm just going to go down the list. I'll put up a list here for you to look at, and we'll talk about the pros and cons of each one of these. So the one that usually comes to mind for most people for marketing is social media marketing. And this is where you would be running the social media accounts for business. So this could be your local pizza shop. This could be your dentist. We'll talk more about how to find clients and really identifying those properly. But social media marketing, look, this has been around for over a decade now. There's pros and cons to it. The benefit of doing social media marketing for companies is that, well, there's a lot of businesses out there that need help with their social media, whether it's even just running their Facebook and updating it, or making reels for their Instagram, or anything related to posting on social media. You can take that role, and we'll go more into pricing as well on how I would suggest doing pricing for any of these different services that you could be offering. So the pro to social media marketing is that there's a lot of businesses out there in your local area, nationwide, that need help with their social media. The downside to it, or the thing that I would just be cautious with, is that this is kind of overdone in a sense, where a lot of businesses have already been approached by people who have marketing agencies. Maybe they've tried them out and the person didn't do a good job. So a lot of businesses just have a bad taste in their mouth because, they didn't see a lot of results. So they said, you know what, I'm not going to hire someone to do my social media. It didn't work out last time. I spent a bunch of money. So it might be more difficult to get your first clients when you're doing social media marketing, but it is definitely a package that I would suggest thinking about when you are starting an agency, because it's kind of like the easiest one to get started with. Now, the next option for a marketing agency, and this is, I'm biased, but this is the one that I would suggest most people get into, which is running paid ads for businesses. Okay, so think about Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Snapchat ads, TikTok ads. There's a lot of ads platforms. Even like Reddit has an ads platform. And so companies, whether this is like your local landscaping company who wants to get more clients, but most business owners, they don't know how to run ads. And especially with like Google and Facebook, I have tutorials on it showing you how to do that. They're like hour-long tutorials, but running ads is really confusing, especially for business owners. And so you can come along and offer this as a service to run ads for them and get them more clients. Now, the reason why I like this is because it's not that easy, and that's actually a good thing for you. And it's a good thing for you because it's a skill that you have to spend time developing. And if you can develop that skill, it's going to be very valuable. So it's hard to replicate. It's hard to get good at running ads. But if you can spend some time doing that, you can charge your clients on top of the ad spend, $1,000, $2,000 per month as a retainer just to run their ads for them. And sometimes you can go way higher than that. I've seen people charge their clients, $15,000, $20,000 per month to run their paid ads for them. And this is on top of the money, like they basically give you ad spend or their credit card that you can use to run ads, and you have a budget, and then you charge them on top of that for your services. Another really great thing about doing paid ads for businesses is that it's very clear if it's working or not. Okay, so for example, if you approach a landscaping business in your local area, you offer to run paid ads for them on Google, right? So that they can rank well and sponsored results when someone searches up landscaping in your area. And if you can, it's very much trackable. And so you can show them, look, I got you 15 new clients this month, and that has resulted in an extra $20,000 in revenue that I have sent to you. And it's kind of harder to do that for other types of marketing because it's not as trackable or traceable. And so this gives you a lot of pricing power and really, really sticky potential when something is working for a client and they see you getting them new customers and making them more money. Remember, with marketing, the number one thing is, can you make them more money? And if you can prove that you're making them more money, they're willing to pay you. That's something that I always recommend people think about. All right, so the next option for your marketing agency is to offer web development services. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, I don't know how to code. And lucky for you, we're in 2026 now, you don't need to know how to code in order to build really nice websites. So a lot of companies need websites, especially when they have old, outdated sites. You can find those, you can reach out to them and offer to build a fresh new site for them and maintain and manage that site for a low fee, monthly fee to keep it updated. So having a website is going to be very important for all businesses. If they're not already online, which they probably are, we're 25 years into like the .com era, most companies are going to have a website, but you can help them freshen it up. You can increase the load speed of the website. And it's really not that difficult to get started with. So we build websites using Hostinger. I'll show you how to set this up for yourself and then also how to set it up for other businesses. But they have a plan called Hostinger Agency. And under this, you can basically not only build your own website, but build websites for all of your clients under your same account. And they even have like AI builders that will help you to build out a website. You can use drag and drop features. And so you don't need to know how to code in order to make a really nice website for all these other businesses. And you can just charge them monthly for this service that you're doing for your website. So I would definitely recommend at least signing up for Hostinger and getting started with it and learning about it so that you can offer that in your package when you are doing marketing. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to not only set up your own website for your agency, but how you can use this software here called Hostinger to build websites and run websites for your clients as well. So it's a sort of an all-in-one solution here that's really great for this type of marketing. So it's called Hostinger. I'll leave a link to it down below in the description here if you want to check it out. I would definitely recommend it. So we can go to Hostinger's website, or you can go to santralmedia.com/agency, and this will redirect you to Hostinger Agency website where you can get started with this. So the reason why I really like this is because not only can you set up your own website, but you can have all of your clients inside of one dashboard that you can access all of their sites. And this is really, really useful. So we can see some of the benefits here, like with the agency startup plan, we have the ability to make 100 websites. And then obviously you can upgrade as you get more clients. We can make 200 websites, or with the growth plan, you can make 300 websites. You get 30 mailboxes per website as well. So there's a lot of great features. And, you know, I've built sites on all these different platforms before. And I can tell you that for an agency, Hostinger is probably going to be your best bet. And you have the ability to make sites, whether this is like you are actually coding it for your clients, or if you're using WordPress, or even just using their AI website builders and then managing all of your clients' websites within one dashboard here. It's really, really useful. So let me show you just how to get this going and how to set this up, because I think it's going to be really important for pretty much every agency out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the the agency startup plan. I'm going to click on choose plan here, and then I'm going to set this up, and I'll show you how to set up the other sites as well. Now, when you are checking out, we also got you a special discount code. So you can just type in Santrel, that's SANTREL, click apply, and it's going to save you some money when you are signing up for this plan. So we can enter that in there, and then we can click on continue. All right, and then I am making an account here. I'm going to register. All right, so I've just submitted the payment, and now I'm going to get started setting up this Hostinger dashboard. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make my own website for this marketing agency, right? So we can click on create a new website, but if you have clients that have existing websites, you can migrate that to this dashboard as well. I'm going to click on next, and then you can just either use WordPress, or you can use their website builder. So I'm going to do that because just for the purpose of this video, but it is really good. So let me put in our brand name. All right, so I just filled out some information about my agency, and then I can click on create website. You want to fill out at least a few sentences or a paragraph for this, and then Hostinger is going to spin up a website for us, and then we can modify it, but we can also do this for other clients as well. Okay, so this is what they made for us, and this only took about 15 seconds. We can choose the color scheme. We can say make this again in the upper left corner. We can just click create again, or we can modify things specifically inside of here as well. Now let's say that we like it. We can click on continue here. We can change the wording in here. Of course, you know, if you want to change some different things, you can do that very easily. You want to change this button, you want to swap out the photos, you can do all of that very easily. So you can see that you can make your website relatively fast. And once we do that, we can go and go live with the site. So it's publishing our site now. All right, and so our site is published, and we can add our domain in there as well. You can purchase a domain through Hostinger if that's what you're looking for. I recommend keeping your domains very short. So like keep it very simple. If you can get a .com ending, that's perfect. Sometimes like a .io or different ones can be okay as well. Just make sure it's not like a really long domain, because then it looks like malware or something like a little bit suspicious that people don't want to click on. So make sure it's nice and short and clean. So once we have that set up, now I want to take you into Hostinger's dashboard where we can make more websites. So what we can do is we can go to the upper left corner and we can go to the Hostinger dashboard. This is our H panel essentially. And this is where we can start to add in other websites, right? We can make websites for our clients. So for that, I could just click on add website and I can decide what I'm going to make here. If I'm starting from scratch with a WordPress website or I want to make another one, I can click on the website builder here and I can make a whole new website for one of my clients right now. So let's say that one of my clients is Hank's Landscaping Company, right? So I filled out a description here and then I can just have Hostinger spin up a website for us. So you can see, I mean, you could literally charge someone a good amount of money to just be putting things into AI and making their site look good. A lot of people just don't have the experience with building sites. So here's one that it just spun up. You know, let's say that maybe I don't like this for some reason. I can just click on create again here and create website, and it's going to make a different version of that website. And so let's say that we like this one for one of our clients. We can click continue and we can go through, we can make all of the edits in here very easy with like drag and drop features. And then we can connect a domain to it. And then we can go live with that website. Now inside of here, they're also going to help us with some SEO. So this is going to be great for your clients when you can go in and see the things that you can do to improve ranking Hank's Landscaping on Google and move it up in the search results. And so Hostinger has this built-in SEO suggestions that will help us to do that. So like they suggest we put improvements on the about page and the gallery page and the services page. And so this is going to be really helpful for us because it's going to show us like this is how it's going to show up in search results right now. And maybe we want to change some of these things. We want to change the keyword to be something different. It's really easy to do this inside Hostinger now. This used to be like really difficult. I used to spend so much time on WordPress. It was very tedious trying to rank things in Google search with SEO, but here it's just built into Hostinger. So it's pretty great. So when in doubt, we can always go back to the manager dashboard here, the Hostinger dashboard. And this is where we can even run email marketing from. You can do a lot of things inside of this dashboard. So I would recommend it. I know it's a little bit expensive. It's like $29 a month. The price can fluctuate, but I think it is worth it for people who are serious about building a digital marketing agency in 2026. So we have full tutorials showing you how to make websites on Hostinger and everything else, but I would recommend checking it out. So here you can run email marketing for your clients as well, right? So for $1.59 a month, up to 500 subscribers on that email list, and you can blast out up to 3,500 emails per month for $1.50. That's a pretty great deal. And you can see how that scales with the email list as you grow it for your clients, but you can do that inside of here as well in this Hostinger dashboard. So I will leave a link to this down below if you want to check it out. We also have full like hour-long tutorials showing you how to make really intricate websites on Hostinger. So feel free to check that out. I'll leave a link to that down below as well. But I definitely would recommend it for people who are serious about building their agency. I know that $29 a month can feel like a lot of money for people just getting started, but being all the products and features that we get inside of here, I think it is worth it for people who are serious about the platform. So you can go ahead and check it out, but we'll continue moving on here, talking more about agencies and how to get clients and scale them up. Now, something that I really think is important here is that, and we're about halfway done with the list, but this is a very important point here, is that you want to ask yourself, do you want to do all these different things, or do you want to just focus on one or two of these different types of marketing and then excel at them? And what I would suggest is that you really think about just mastering one or two of them. Maybe you have some experience with the others, but like I would just do paid ads and just do web development and let someone else do the social media marketing, or let someone else do the graphic design or the public relations, because this is like, sometimes people become a jack of all trades. They try to offer all these services and they end up just being mediocre at all of them. So I would focus on one or two of these. I would get really good at that and then just be that guy or that girl who's really good at that one thing. That's how you're going to really excel. But let's talk about the other ones here that we have that are services that you can offer. So we had traditionally what's called SEO, or search engine optimization. And this is helping people rank their websites on platforms like Google. This has changed a little bit. It's a lot harder to rank on Google, but also Google's search volume is going down a little bit. And so I would really think about not only doing SEO, but what's called GEO, which is for ranking in LLMs or like ChatGPT. So how do you get businesses to show up in AI searches when someone's looking for something, like they ask ChatGPT, what are the landscaping companies in my area in Philadelphia? And getting businesses to rank for that, it's a lot more difficult. It's a bit more of an art right now to be able to do that, but it's a really, really hot opportunity to help businesses rank or show up in results when people are searching things on ChatGPT or using like Google Gemini or, Claude, and they're asking it for suggestions, helping businesses to rank in that. And I'm going to make a full tutorial showing you how to get started with that because it is relatively new in the past 2 years. Businesses are worried that, there's not a lot of Google search anymore. A lot of people are using AI. How do you make sure that you show up when someone looks it up on ChatGPT? We'll talk about that and I'll make a full tutorial on that sometime in the future. But that's a really, really great new business opportunity for marketing agencies in 2026. You could also consider really becoming an expert at things like email marketing or SMS marketing. So sometimes companies already have someone who built their website. They maybe already have someone who runs their paid ads, but they need someone to run email marketing for them or SMS, which is like text message marketing for them. And sometimes businesses don't do this. Like I know companies, I have friends who have businesses that might have like an email list of like 5,000 people and they never use it. They never send out text blasts. They never send out emails when they're having sales or when they have new food or new menu for the restaurant. And so this is a really big opportunity. The beauty about email marketing is that it doesn't cost very much money for businesses to send out emails. A lot of them just don't have time to write up an email and then press send. So really great opportunity. Email marketing, I would get really good at that. I've offered that for clients in the past before, and it's gone really well. And we have email lists and we use those as well. So that's one that I would definitely consider looking at. On top of that, we have some other different types of marketing that you could get into, like public relations. So this is more like managing, whether this is like influencers or brands and doing like collaborations with other brands. You're kind of working closely with the social media team, but public relations has been something for a while that you could get into if that's more of your vibe. Now, we also have things like graphic design, right? This, once again, there's a lot of concern from people with AI, whether you want to get deep into this of like logo design for businesses or graphic design for their various different products because of all these things with AI. It's one that I would just be a little bit more careful getting into, but you definitely could do it because let's be honest, a lot of the things that are generated by AI kind of suck when it comes to like product images. You're still going to want someone to look it over and, have that artistic touch. And so if you're more on the art side, you're really good with like Adobe Illustrator or other Adobe products, then graphic design services are definitely something that you could offer still this year, and it's going to be very valuable. All right, and so the final kind of idea or avenue that you can take for a marketing agency, I'm going to use someone like Paddy Galloway as an example. This guy is a YouTube genius, okay? And so his entire life, he is just dedicated to understanding the YouTube algorithm. And so people like Mr. Beast and like a lot of big YouTubers will call him up and ask for advice on how to make really viral YouTube videos. And so because he's focused so much on YouTube, like I think the Philadelphia Eagles hired him or something to run their YouTube channel, right? And so like if you can just obsess over one platform and one algorithm, like maybe you're like just a genius when it comes to understanding Instagram algorithm and how to really make good content on that. For Paddy, it's the YouTube algorithm. And he's gotten really good at that, which has allowed him to charge tons of money to clients to just be that guy in that space. So with all of these different types of marketing that you're looking at, which one should you choose? And also you're probably asking still, well, maybe you don't know any of them. Maybe you don't feel like you're equipped in any of them. And we'll talk more about that, okay? So which one would I suggest going with right now? I think that paid ads is a great opportunity, learning how to run ads for businesses, but also things like email marketing or even social media marketing can be a great way to start your business, okay?